Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short. Today's topic for everybody the topic is 3 ways, that would be R, because more than one way there is to actually speak through the title that I've already designated for TLDR for everybody today. 3 ways to save money in the new year, and if you're not looking to save money, man, it must be nice to be you, because I'm always looking for ways to save money. I'll be diving into that, answering that question as thoroughly as I possibly can. You're all my clan. You're all my family, my extended family. Then I'm going to be answering tech questions as surfaced by my patrons. You can become a patron by heading over to chrispirillo.com, and then you get all of TLDR, including the answers to the tech questions and those tech questions in general. Then I'm going to be doing something that I have not done yet today, and that is talk about the tech news. The only thing I've done today is a 2-hour live stream for everybody earlier with Star Geek, talking through The Force Awakens, kind of giving another shared review. I've been doing more collabs with people who do content on the YouTubes, and they've been great. They've been awesome, and I want to do that in the new year. So expect more live collaborations with fellow content producers. More than likely, those are going to be Star Wars-related collabs, because the tech collabs kind of get a little boring at times, and they're great, don't get me wrong. It's just that finding tech producers who want to collab at all live never seems to happen. Like, they're all too busy, washing their hair or whatever it happens to be. So today, the question that I'm going to address does have something to do with technology, and if you're, not imagining it does, well, you're not thinking hard enough. The first thing I would recommend, and I even wrote these things down to make sure I stayed on point. By the way, the chat room is open at live.pirillo.com. You can join us there, although I was chatting, by and large, by myself just a few minutes ago with Kim, now swinging in. Kim, by the way, this is the Star Wars Battlefront clone... Oh, not a clone trooper, sorry, stormtrooper that I'm going to keep in the package. I said that I was going to try to not talk about Star Wars, and apparently I've failed. I saved money on this. I had Kim keep an eye out for it. I'll be paying her back. I wanted it. It's an exclusive, but I saved money by not getting it online. The reason why is because scalpers got a hold of it, because it's an exclusive, and they were jacking up the prices like 50 to 100%, so I would have to spend more. Instead, I asked the world, I said, hey, you keep your eye out for one of these things, you find it, let me know, and I'd pay for it. And it was still cheaper than going through a scalper. Plus, I like working with my community that way. So, that's a bonus tip there. Bonus tip! Remember that? Who remembers bonus tips? I remember those. The first thing, officially, that I would say to save money, get rid of your least used subscriptions. Now, if you're online, chances are you have some kind of subscription. Some people subscribe to content. They let's say pay $10 a month to get access to content from anywhere, like a streaming service. But if you look back on your patterns and habits, and maybe yours and your family's, for the past year, recognize what you've taken in and what you have not. You can free up $100 a year, potentially, by getting rid of a subscription that you're not using anyway. And let's just say, for argument's sake, one of these subscriptions that you buy into, they have one show that you want to see. That's fine. Watch the show. Then resubscribe to that media service, whatever it happens to be, when you want to watch again. Is it as convenient as keeping the subscription going? No. But in the months that you're not using that service at all, that's exactly what they're kind of counting on. So yes, I believe that the subscription to TLDR, the full TLDR, is valuable because people always want me to talk tech, which I do almost incessantly. It's just that I don't do it for everybody anymore. I pretty much do it just for the patrons. So the bigger value of recognizing what it is you're spending money on can help you save money. Instead of saying, oh, I need to cut back X, Y, and Z, don't cut back on things that you enjoy. Cut back on things that you're not necessarily using or wanting to support as much as you did in the past. You thought it would be nice, but you're not using it. What's the point? So I think you could save at least $100 a year by looking at your least used media subscription. Least used. $100. Right there. There you go. I just gave you $100. It's like I gave you $100. So what am I going to do? This is not media per se. I mean, it is mixed media. It's a magazine. It's a print magazine. Star Wars Insider. In fact, this one just arrived today. Print magazine that I love. I appreciate. I adore. Look at all the it's cover to cover Star Wars stuff. It is for me. But I'm not going to re-up my subscription. And there's a few reasons why. One, even though I find the articles fascinating, even though I find the content very compelling, the advertising to be on point, despite being a huge Star Wars fan, I'm not finding that it fills a need that I have at this point in my life. I got through a stack of my comics, mostly Star Wars comics, yesterday, and I got to an earlier copy of the Star Wars Insider, and it was talking about Battlefront and leading up to The Force Awakens and all the things that I've already experienced. So I thought, well, there's some valuable stuff in here, but I don't know if it's as valuable as what it is that I'm paying into the subscription for. So I'm putting $50 or whatever the subscription's worth back into my pocket by not subscribing or continuing to subscribe to something that I like, something that I love, something that I may pick up on the rack, like, oh yeah, that looks like an interesting issue. And I'll do that. I'll pick it up a la carte and potentially save money in the long run, not necessarily missing everything. Because there's some unique original content in this magazine, but it's not something that I'm necessarily diving into as soon as it arrives. So I'm saving money that way. I'm putting my money where my mouth is, or at least shelving my money where my mouth is not on the magazine. I'm saving money. That is my least used subscription at this stage. The second thing I would recommend doing is drawing hard lines and sticking to them. Focus. So, when I say that, what does that mean? Well, yeah, obviously I'm going to likely continue to collect Star Wars figures. This is a given, especially the exclusives, the ones that look awesome like this. Battlefront. It's so nice. But I don't buy every figure. People think I buy all the figures. I don't buy all the figures. Many of you know I only like figures that don't have human likenesses more than any other figure. Those are the ones I'm likely going to be sticking to, even with the new series of The Force Awakens stuff. So I'm already focusing. I'm saying I'm not going to get all the things. I can't be a completist. I just want to get the things that I know I'm going to appreciate without being a completist, though being a collector, and still enjoying it. But drawing the line. I see, let's say I'm walking into the store, I see a General Hux on the peg, and I go, yeah, it'd be nice to have, but now I can save money by not getting it if I focus on the things that I know I appreciate more than others. Then, you may see behind me some Funko Pop vinyls. Now, these are very collectible, insanely collectible. I am drawing the line on Funko Pop vinyl, apart from the 2 Funko subscription boxes that I have, that I may want them, but only when they go on sale and are 50% off or more. And that's exactly what these 2 things were. They were like 60% off when I got them. I found them on Amazon. I usually will tweet the links when I find something at 50% off or so. So you should stay tuned to all the social feeds to know exactly, well, Chris, you get these bargains, but how do you find them? When can I take advantage? Yes, you can. But you have to be paying attention at the time, because now they may not be on sale anymore. In fact, I was going to get a Jawa for like $3, but the problem was, by the time I went to get it, it had already gone up in price. I'm like, not worth it. So I drew the line. I'd be interested in pop vinyl, specifically Star Wars pop vinyl, in knowing full well that a lot of the vinyl that ship online come with dented boxes. That doesn't make me happy. I'm not going to quibble. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily going to be any more valuable with a pristine box than it is right now. I mean, that's the object right there. And because it was 50% off, I was like, okay, I'll jump on it. 50% off, that's a big deal. $5. Done. That doesn't mean I buy everything on sale, but I'm saying I draw a line. I focus. I like these kind of characters. I might want to keep, collecting things. I like, bringing those new things into my life, but I draw the line. I draw it. Don't buy full price. Don't buy this type of thing. You can decide, I'm not going to eat any fast food. Line in the sand. I'm not going to eat anything with hydrogenated oil. Line in the sand. You draw a line. You limit yourself. Could you still have food? Yes, you can still have food. But if you say, I'm not going to eat any artificial sweeteners, well, then you're not going to have anything with artificial sweetener. Draw the line. But it's up to you to stick to it. Like, you can't expect someone else to draw the line for you. You have to draw that line. What's important to you is going to be different from somebody else. So I'm just saying, these are the things that I'm doing to save money. And believe me, that is a big deal. Okay? Let me put it this way. I've changed so much in the past year. I have actually, believe this or not, I have actually walked past a Darth Vader cookie jar that I did not have. I collect Darth Vader things. I do not have the Darth Vader cookie jar. Walked right by it. I looked at it and I'm like, that's not worth $50. $10 maybe. For me, $50, too much. I walked by it. I draw the line. Is it interesting? Is it unique? Is it cool? Is it new? What is it about it that I love? Do I love it? Is it a good deal? So, you've got to put all those factors into play. You can't just reach out and grab everything. You've got to draw the line. I'm just telling you where I've drawn the line for myself, and that has helped me even recently save money. Big time. I always wait till things are on sale, though. Diana's she's never really had an issue with it. Like, after Christmas, I get more candy. After Halloween, get more candy. After Valentine's Day, more candy. Because it's all 50% off. I mean, the difference is like a day. Like, you can wait. I said, would you rather have it now, or would you rather have twice as much then? Well, the answer is usually twice as much then. Especially when it comes to sweets and Diana. The third thing I'd recommend that you do is stop being so passive. Start to do something. Earn something. So I've talked about gift cards at many points in the past, but it really is simple. You just got to make the effort. Wherever you live on the planet, you've got a smartphone. Use it. Use it. This is this computer is the most, this is, in my estimation, the most important computer in your life. Your phone. Unless you're the type of person who hauls your PC with you wherever you go. I mean, most people don't do that. They don't do that. Oh yeah, nerds do. I mean, have you seen a nerd carry around their own PC? I mean, you can do it if you want. I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying most people don't do that. Most people carry these around. So, 2 apps that I use to earn gift cards, go.tagjag.com/free apps and go.tagjag.com/free points. And I earn gift cards all the time. It helped me cover all the Christmas presents for this year, so I'm not out anything. It was easy to do. And I used my smartphone. I'm not out anything. And I helped bring happiness to others. Earning gift cards can save you money. It's like clipping coupons. Why wouldn't you? Okay, so you walk into a restaurant and they serve you a burger and it's $15. It's a $15 burger. I guess people buy $15 burgers. So it sounded like I said boogers there. I don't think anyone's going to buy boogers. Burger. So you're in front of this $15 burger and you eat it. No. And the bill comes. Okay, $15. Okay, there you pay. Would you be upset if you found out later that you could have had the same hamburger for 50% off? $7? I would. I'd be like, dude, it was the same burger. I could have had it at half cost. I mean, I totally would have jumped at that. You're leaving money on the table. So just think about your habits and use them. Use your habits to your strengths. You can basically, it's not even scrimping and saving and having less of a life. Think about what you've done over the past year. Focus in on what brings you the most value, and what you'll see is everything else on top of that, you can just kind of sweep to the side. It's a big thing. I mean, yeah, I can give you the simple answers like shop at thrift stores. I do that all the time. I mean, we honestly, most, if not all of our clothes are from thrift stores. If we get new clothes, thrift stores. What's the point of buying new jeans at $100 when I buy pretty much the same thing, that's very, very soft too, for like $6? Same thing. It's just someone else wore it. Big deal. They're jeans. I wouldn't buy used underwear or used socks. I kind of draw the line there. But pants, whatever. Shirts, whatever. I like soft t-shirts. Love them. So, you can save money that way. I mean, there's so many ways that you can save money and still have a happy life and still be fulfilled. I love saving money tips. I'm not talking about scrimping and saving and reusing toilet paper rolls for this, that, and the other thing and making your life a living hell as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's a fine line between upcycling, which is amazing, and some people just reuse everything, and I'm like, nah, I draw the line. No. Clearance, smart stuff, manager special, smart stuff. You can save so much money. So much. It's how we eat these days. Honestly. We get manager special stuff. It's the same thing. It's a dented can. Who cares? Is the food dented? Who cares? You're eating it. Are the bananas closer to being ripe? Yes! That's awesome! They don't cost as much. You can get 4 for the price of 8. And enjoy them just as much. Oh, wait. 8 for the price of 4. I did that wrong. I'm not very strong at the maths, but I know where to save money. I'm frugal. I'm not cheap. I'm frugal. Very, very frugal. It's an important thing to do, especially in the new year, especially if you're finding yourself overwhelmed by all those things that are out there that you want, you can still have. There are ways to do it. You just got to decide what you're going to keep and what you're going to cut out. That path is different for everybody. I've just given you a few suggestions and some bonus ones. Using technology to help guide your decision, and sometimes getting rid of some of the technology to help guide your decision. What's the point of keeping technology around if it's costing you more than it's worth? It's not. Bad idea. Bad. No one wants to do that. No one wants to keep something around if it's worth more than you think it is. Or wait, if it's worth less than you think it is. Never mind. I think you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to move on and possibly answer some questions about water parks, apparently. This is what happens on New Year's week. It's very slow around here. Even tech news is kind of slow, but there's some gems. Oh, there's some good ones. So I'm going to answer some tech questions. I'm going to talk about the tech news right now, specifically for my patrons. And before I do, let me make sure I'm giving some of my patrons the credit that they absolutely deserve by standing my iPad Pro, which, by the way, I got because I sold my iPad Air. See, that's what I'm talking about. Let me go ahead and stand it on the pop vinyl. I don't think I'm going to ruin their value any. And hide the chat room, which seems to be having a mind of its own. That's what the chat room's all about. Because it is about you. If you want to join the chat room, you can talk about whatever. I usually have it locked down to just the subs, but have been playing more and more Battlefront in the evening hours and watching chat as it comes by. I'm getting better at Battlefront, too. So, when I talk about things here, and I've talked about how I get new gadgets, specifically like the iPad Pro here, I had no intention on holding on to the iPad Air. I'm sorry, the iPad Air 2. I used it since they had released it and recognized pretty quickly that I was really only needing one iPad in my life, one tablet in my life. And because the iPad Pro, not to be confused with the iPad Air 2, there are a lot of names to keep track of, for the most part, they do the same thing. The iPad Air is bigger. It's faster, got more memory, does everything I expect it to do. Everything I expected the iPad Air to do. In fact, in some ways, it does it better. And I believe in that too. Like, if you're holding on to too much technology, you're leaving money on the table. Sell your old mobile phones. Sell your old tablets. Sell your old gadgets. It's so easy to do, and people are willing to pay for it. Absolutely. I mean, you don't hold on to the old tech. Get rid of the old tech. It gets more and more worthless with every passing year. Does anybody want a computer that's 5 years old? Anybody. Like, unless you're a computer collector, and you really want that computer that's 5 years old, you can't. No one wants a computer that's 5 years old. Nobody. Not for you couldn't even give away. I mean, if I came to you and you already had, let's say, an iPad, just an iPad 2, let's say. And I came to you and I said, "Hey, do you want this iPad?" I wouldn't use it. It's just me. I don't want it. Yeah, you can pay me and I'll take it from you. But why have that old stuff lying around? Someone will put a value on it, and you can convert your old gadgets into money. Otherwise, they're just going to lie around and make you nothing. Or you can recoup those costs. I believe in turning tech over. I don't hold on to tech. That's the purge I do every year on a regular basis. I get a lot of gadgets, as you can imagine. And they just kind of get moved down the line. Like, I'll get a new battery or a battery pack, and I'm like, okay, this one, not high capacity anymore, don't like the design. All right, I'll sell it or give it away. Just get rid of it. Otherwise, it's just clutter. It's junk. It's junking things up. Get something that you love and appreciate and will hold value over time, if anything. Tech does not hold value over time. Sell it. Sell it to get new tech. That's what it's good for. Planned obsolescence. Tech is planned obsolescence. Well, yeah, duh. Do we even speak the same language? Yes. Of course. There's always going to be something newer, faster, better, quote unquote better. But you got to get rid of your old stuff. Sell it. Recoup your cost for the new stuff. This wasn't as expensive as other people's because I sold my old one. All right, our first tech question from today has come in from Latvia. I'm going to be addressing this right now. Specifically for my patrons, head over to chrispirillo.com to get all access TLDR. I'll be answering tech questions and talking about the tech news right now. I'll be doing a New Year's Eve live stream too, late at night. That'll be a live broadcast for everybody. It will be an open AMA, and I haven't done many of those lately because I kind of got tired of being asked the same questions over and over again. The patrons never do that. They never ask me a question I've been asked a billion times. Though it is the time of year that people are taking a break, people are taking a vacation, but I cannot take a break. I refuse. I'm working for you. Specifically my patrons. Head over to chrispirillo.com to become one, or live.pirillo.com to join the gameplay, the streaming that I've been doing just about every day. That is my Twitch profile. You can subscribe to me there and get higher quality streams, integration with the chat and everything. So, I'm going to answer questions, tech questions, and tech news right now. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com.